Hey, what's up? It's Phoenix, and it's a beautiful day here in Salt Lake City, Utah, even though it's a little bit cold. I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of what I've been experiencing lately and what I've been thinking about. And I've been thinking about how for a long time I have kept an impossible amount of pressure on myself to the point to where I expected myself to be able to push past limitations, whether external or internal. And I've had to realize that I'm limited in what I can do. So, for example, I'm limited in what I can publish in terms of my books because of the difficulty of finding publishers and the difficulty of putting out the books yourself through self-publication, as well as the limitations of not being able to find members to jam with and potentially make music with, and the difficulty of that. And so having to stay grounded in your playing, and in this case playing guitar, which I've definitely been enjoying, but how it can be difficult sometimes to maintain that pressure to improve and to get better and to be able to express yourself. And I think one of the biggest things that I've realized recently is that I have felt extremely limited by my abilities, but I have to be able to acknowledge that that happens sometimes. And so in that way, I'm kind of just accepting the situation, accepting that it is really difficult to make music and to make YouTube videos and even to write and find publishers. These are all of the things that I'm knee deep in. And of course, it doesn't mean that I haven't achieved anything, because I've achieved many different things and I'm very proud of that. But it's just very easy for me to get discouraged and dissuaded because of all the pressure. One of the things that happened recently was an encounter at an open mic where, for whatever reason, the MC did not allow me to read my poem, and that got me really discouraged because I was thinking about how this is like the one thing that I can do. This is my one time to be able to express myself, and I can't even do that. And so you can imagine it was definitely very discouraging, and I wasn't sure what to do with it. And so I'm super stoked about a lot of my projects and about what I've been working on, but I've also had to acknowledge my limitations in what I'm able to do, and that sometimes you have to take a break. Sometimes you have to be able to give yourself time to think about other things and to work on other projects, or even just not working on projects and just giving yourself space to do other things. And so that's what I'm doing. I know that part of it is because I'm nervous about this upcoming training that I'll be doing for my work, which will help me to move further through the professional world, specifically as a peer counselor. And I hope to talk about that on my channel a little bit more, since I haven't really gone into my work life as much. I've mostly focused on art, but I do feel as though that is part of the pressure that I keep on myself of being able to do the things that I need to do to be able to survive and to be able to live. And there's no denying that sometimes that gets discouraging. I work really hard on my videos, and when people dislike them, which they do unfortunately, sometimes I do get a little bit discouraged because I don't understand what is off about the videos or what isn't good. And when some of the videos don't get views, I don't always know if people are actually seeing them. And so that can get discouraging. But the thing is, I know that there have been writers, for example, who have struggled throughout the years, struggled throughout the ages, such as Joyce. Oh, my phone's going off. Such as Joyce, who lived in poverty, and Joyce, who lived in a lot of poverty, and Kafka, who didn't even want his books to be published because he didn't think that they were any good, and Emily Dickinson, who just kept her poems in a drawer and didn't share them with anyone. And if anything, I have to acknowledge that I have allowed myself to push myself to share things and to be able to share my work anyway, as hard as that's been. And I do it anyway because I care about what I'm doing. But I definitely need to take a break and try to figure out what I'm going to be doing moving forward, and I need to allow myself that break. So I just wanted to say, if you keep the pressure on yourself, I totally understand why you do it, because you want to improve and because there are many things that you have to do in life in order to get through. But I also hope that you will be kind to yourself as well, because that is certainly what I've needed to do. I've needed to be kinder to myself. So yeah, I'm Phoenix. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.